Hey guys, happy Wednesday. So a quick update. I just started uploading some videos, and I'll get better at the editing, and this is all, I'm just having some fun with this. This is all new to me. So yeah, I just uploaded the 2024 National, kind of my big story from that show. One of my favorite stories, PSA 10 Jambalaya I graded. I bought as a PSA 7 at the show, and I thought it looked clean. I have a really good eye for this stuff, and so I overpaid. I paid him 20,000 cash on the spot. Comps were around 15 at the time. Obviously everything's completely different now. Looking at that card, or any high-end Jordan insert from the 90s. So I took it over to my buddy Dave's table, and I knew he had everything to crack cards because he does the same stuff. We both look for value and undergraded stuff. In my opinion, there's a lot of grading mistakes out there. It's done by human eye. These guys are spending about 40 to 60 seconds with each card, which is not awesome. So with that, there's gonna be a lot of mistakes. They're pumping a lot of volume out, and I could speak a lot about my opinion on that and experience, and this is one of the bigger mistakes. I almost feel bad for the submitter, and if that were my card, and I've had cards come back misgraded, I'm cracking, I'm sending it back in. This guy didn't happen to do that. I bought it from a table that was all consignment, so I didn't get to speak with the original submitter of this card, and he had a bunch of awesome stuff. They had a Playmakers Theater, which is serial number to 100. They had a lot of different Jordan inserts, and that's the one that jumped out at me. Again, I look for value, and I saw, it's a rough cut card. It's a really thick rough cut card, and on the top and the bottom there's almost like a flattening part. It almost looks like it's indented, but it's not. It's just the way these are cut. So we made a deal. I took it over, I cracked it, I submitted it the next day, and I was expecting a 9. The pop on these for a 10 is like 17. I haven't seen one graded in a very long time, and when it came back at 10, and and a lot of people heard the story, and nobody objected. You could see how nice the card was. It was just a clear oversight by PSA, and I ended up moving that car 2 weeks later for 125,000 cash and a BGS 9.5 True Gem Plus, which we valued at 75,000, which is insane that a PSA 10 is worth more than double a 9.5. I do think the 10 was a lot nicer, so I think that there was definitely a difference in grade. I think if the 9.5 was regraded with PSA, it's going to come back a 9. I ended up selling that card as is, but that was the story on that card. One of my favorite stories. That was actually from my first national, so it was pretty cool. And I've got another one as well from a 80/45 Star Jordan 288, the blue card from the specials team bag that I also graded. And you can also see the images on my Instagram, rhinos _cards. So all my stuff is there. That's pretty much where all my collection has been displayed, things I've bought and sold over the years. And I'm gonna, little by little, I'm gonna start releasing stories and just see how everybody likes it. These are my favorite stories, and so I've got quite a few of these to tell, and I look forward to sharing.